got about 2 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can see all the comments.
We'll see him on the side. He's over on that left hand side.
Left hand side.
All right. Shoot. What is up, fellas?
What it
We
All
do?
right.
back
All right.
in full
What's
effect.
going on, man?
Man, lovely, wonderful day in paradise. I don't see nobody on the YouTube side. I thought I was gonna be able to see people there.
There
I
goes
couldn't see. I
somebody.
tried to go on the YouTube part. I ain't see no live
Denny
chat.
Edmonds just showed up.
And on YouTube,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
he
see him.
just put something in the chat. He said hello.
I
Really?
don't see him.
I don't see
Hang
him on
on, hang on,
YouTube
hang
either.
on.
And then he just took his comment down. But yeah, he was in here.
Let me go to so I'm in YouTube, but I don't see no comments, no chats, no nothing.
I
Well,
don't even see the live on the live feed.
Let me go into YouTube. I wonder if it's in YouTube Studios where I see it at. No, I don't see a chat there either.
Yeah, it says it's over here on the for me. It's over here on the left hand side. I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, cause
Let me see.
like I don't see nothing.
yeah, I
Oh
see your
yeah,
Oh,
we
chat.
see it. I
Somebody
see
said
it
I'm
now,
here.
man. I
Yay.
see it.
Yeah,
okay, I see it now. I had
You
to
got you got to
Jason
okay.
split your
Sled
screen.
said, "Yo."
You got to
Jason
split your
Sled, what's
screen.
going on? I see him. Denby Evans. Oh, Denby, that's he's from Canada. What's going on, Denby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got AK Designs by Angel King. What's up, Angel Kings? What's happening?
Yeah. What's happening, everybody?
What's up?
What is up? What is up? What is up? Good to see y'all young men here. Y'all young men here. First of all, I'd like to say, how's everybody doing tonight? You guys out there in chat world. So I
Uh,
guess when I live streaming like this, there's no well, I'm gonna have to figure they were saying that there is a way I can pull it up on YouTube too and look at the live chat, but I guess there ain't really no need for it if it's gonna be right here on the left hand side.
Yeah, as long as you can see the chats on the screen, it's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, all right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. We had a topic that old Mr. Kerry Stringfellow said. Say Magic Square Bruticus.
yes, indeed. Yes,
I would say
indeed.
maybe we
The,
should go around the horn and introduce ourselves since it's our first time doing it.
all right, let's do that. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's give ourselves a hip to introduction to everybody out there in YouTube land that may not know us.
Well, first of all, I'm Kerry Stringfellow, guys, and been crazy about Transformers since the beginning of time. I was like everybody else in was that 1985? Gib, what was that when the movie came out? It broke my
86.
heart, and I just been. I mean, I've been there a long time, but it's nice to meet you guys out there in chat world, and I'm honored to be among these other three gentlemen here.
Indeed. But everybody should, I mean, I guess know me around the Facebook groups, GFATL. Been collecting for like maybe about 25 years on and off. You can't really count collecting while you was young, while your parents buying stuff, so they don't even count. But most people think they count, they don't count. Sorry, fella, I gotta break your heart on that one though.
Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm Anthony Brown. I'm in and out of the group. I say in and out. I'm in the group. I do a couple of podcasts on the side related to comics and sports and things like that. Um, Thanks for the invitation. Obviously, love to support TP3K, the Third Party Kingdom. So it's much love to all my brothers, Kerry, Gibb, Larry, and of course the host Chris Horton. So look forward to doing this more often with the team and making some good content for everybody
Yes,
to
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I am the host to the night of the night, along with these other gentlemen. I'm not going to be the only one hosting tonight. I'm Christopher C. Horton. I am one of the co-creators of the Downright cleanest and funnest and most exotic and dynamic groups on Facebook to this day. I don't care what nobody say. Transformers Third Party Kingdom is holding it down. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, everybody always give me the praise on how good of a job I'm doing. I'm gonna tell y'all, I thank y'all for that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if it was not for these three gentlemen plus one that's not here today, there is no Christopher C. Horton. These guys really keep me rooted. They really keep me grounded. They keep me encouraged, and they keep me going forward. And with that being said, there is still no Transformers Third Party Kingdom without you guys that are members of this group. Y'all make this thing happen. Y'all make it pop. Because again, without these guys backing me up, without you guys being supporters in the group, man, Transformers Third Party Kingdom is only a good letter on piece of paper. Y'all bring this thing to life. And with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about. Let's talk about it. See, we did this one time before when the group kind of first started up, and we wasn't socially equipped to kind of run it the way we wanted to. We still had a lot of fun doing it. It took about 4 hours to do it, but
Mm.
the thing behind let's talk about it is this: you can come on here and say what you really want to say, express what you really want to express, and just go ahead and get behind. Let's talk about it. And that's why when you see in the caption or the description, it says, "Don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. Let's talk about it." Because nobody's gonna have their feelings hurt here, man. We here to talk about what you like, what you dislike, what you think, what you don't think. We here to have fun. It's all about having a healthy communication between one another, a dialogue between each other, and just having fun. So again, tonight's topic was Magic Square Bruticus. Terry Stringfellow came up with this topic: Magic Square Bruticus, the Devy Wars, War of the Devies, and Fans Toys Menasor. Where is he? Where is he faring in this game? And then the sub title to Fans Toys Menasor. Where is he faring in this game? Is he still the thing, or is the thrill gone? There's a reason why I'm asking: is he still a thing, or is the thrill gone? I
Well,
will
I
get
tell
into that later on.
well, well, I know one thing on these topics, each and everybody that I don't know, guys. Magic Square is still in my heart, still in it, just still in my heart, man. Because looking at the legend scale and to them to have MP designed the same way and the price, I think I'm done. I'm Magic anything MP Magic Square come out with. That's all me. I don't know about how way y'all feel about it, but I am hooked on Magic Square, man.
So I've been a long time Magic Square supporter. I prefer them over New Age. All respect to New Age. I think their products are fantastic. It's just the scale, like the size of it, is a little bit too small for me. I think my hands are too big to grab onto those smaller type figures. But been a long time supporter of Magic Square. Put my man Gib up on them, and he blessed me with a set of of their Combaticons in the Legend scale, and so love what they're doing. Was super excited about when they decided to do it in MP scale. They had released some teasers and so to get them all and have them in hand and to see the articulation on them, and see what they're able to do and that they kept the same level of articulation or pretty close to the same level of articulation in the MP scale figure, and they look great. They feel great. I know a lot of people care about tune accuracy and everything else. The tune accuracy is on point. To me, they scale appropriately too with the other MP size robots. So it's not like, hey, I got Swindle and Swindle's as tall as MP10 Optimus Prime or something like that. They slide in the way they supposed to. They have variable heights, which is something I'm big on because not all these robots were the same height in the cartoon. So when you give me variable heights, when you give me the scale, the quality, and at the price point, that to me allows everybody to come in and play, where you aren't paying $200 for a single figure. No shade to FT, I know that's their lane, um, but it allows everyone to get in and be a part of the conversation and still have a high quality product to display, to play with, and maybe even double up on. So you can do both modes, or even, I don't know how many people are tripling up, but you can at least double up and be like, hey, I got it for combined mode, and I got it for robot mode. If that's the way that you want to go with it.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think Christopher know how I feel about New Age and Magic Square. So I'm a New Age guy for the most part. So I like Magic Square. Don't get me wrong, but I just think New Age got the better paint, the better material for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I just like how the characters pop. Not to take anything from Magic Square, but to me, I think New Age kind of edge them out as far as the legend scale. But if Magic Square really go hard into the MP scale though, hey, all bets off. That's all I'm saying. I really don't see just like I just got in. Well, actually, I got in two Magic Square vortexes today, and that guy's pretty solid. He looks great. The paint is great on him. You know what I'm saying? My joint's pretty tight. Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, if Magic Square really hit that masterpiece game hard, it's gonna be hard,
Yeah.
man.
Yes,
I'm telling y'all
indeed.
now because don't get me wrong now. Now y'all know good and well I like fans toys. I'm a fan of fans toys, but like I tell people all the time, fans toys is not the end all be all. Not all this stuff ain't perfect. That's what people gotta understand.
Yeah.
Everybody got a difference of opinion how they feel about some of their products. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, if Magic Square ever go hard in that MP scale though, y'all know what time it is. It's gonna be rough.
That's right.
It's gonna
That's
be
right.
rough.
It's all G1. It looks good.
Yeah.
Just like Ant said, the articulation of it
Oh
all.
yeah. The
Uh,
articulation. Yeah.
man, this is crazy. It's crazy to me, man. And that's why I was telling Chris. I said if they jump in the game, they got me sold up, man. I mean, all the way straightforward. The price is right. The price point is great. It looks good. Paint. Oh man, I'm sold. And I'm a accessory guy.
Hmm.
Wish they had a few little more accessories, but man, Magic Square, and I'm very proud of them. Um, shoot, man, that the I'm an ex transport guy, man, but Magic Square just done took me over, man. It's done took me over.
Mm.
Let
All
me
right.
hop
So
in here. Let me hop in here for just a sec. Gib, they said that your mic's too low and they can barely hear you.
It's too
So you may
low.
want to turn up your mic if you're
Okay,
able
hold on.
to.
I appreciate that.
yeah,
Um,
move it
I,
closer to your mouth.
I
Hear me
also want
now?
to follow up on something that Angel King said about MMC. Now
Yes, sir.
he's talking to me because MMC is my favorite company, and
Yeah,
so it's this has been tough. And so I think this is one of the best parts and worst parts of collecting, right? Is every couple of years somebody comes out with the same thing, and they do it a little bit better. I love the MMC all in one design, because you don't have to worry about parts forming or
that's
buying extra kits or what
mm-hmm.
costing $400 or $500 to complete the set. We'll get to that in a second, I'm sure. Uh, but yeah, the MMC Combaticons still hold a special place for me.
Yeah.
I'm still on the MMC Constructicons when they finally release. I ain't gonna lie to you, they making me mad. I'm like, hey, you need to go ahead and start dropping these things,
Yeah.
But they did just finish up. They did just finish up their Defensor, and so they were the first company to give me MP scale Protectobots, and the Protectobots are my favorite combiner anyway, or Autobot combiner anyway. So I'm like, I can't be mad at you, um, you know. But yeah, MMC does great work, and I'm loving the side by side comparisons. Shout out to Sony and TM Reviews.
Mm.
He's got a video I think that's dropping today or tomorrow, with the Magic Square and the MMC comparison video. Both of them are great figures. All of them are great figures. Um, and so for me, I gotta have them all. I think Bruticus is probably my favorite Decepticon combiner, and so. But what Gibbs said is like, hey, if Magic Square decides that they gonna move into this MP lane full time, I think they coming for the throne because one of my biggest issues with fans toys, and I'm very vocal about it online, is that for the price point that you're asking, if you claim to be the king of the mountain, then you need to be able to do it all. Like your transformers have to have articulation. They got to be able to bend, swivel, turn, and do all the stuff that everybody else is able to do at a lower price point. And so for me, hey, FT, your stuff is good, it's shiny, it look nice, but at the same time, you got to be able to do all the stuff that everybody else is doing and charging like 25 or $50 cheaper or $60 cheaper for the same thing. So for me, that's one of the big reasons why Magic Square is coming for the throne.
Okay, I'm gonna step in and give my little spiel about it. So, my first interpretation of Magic Square was the Light of Victory Prime. I never had the Legend scales. When I did start collecting some Legend scales, the few that I had, they were the McFans toys. Um, because I seen some figures. I like, man, they really look good at McFan's toys, and so I never knew anything about New Age at the time. I did know Magic Square had some, but I just fell in love with the McFan's toys version, and then I actually did fall in love with that Magic Square Light of Victory Prime, and ever since then, I kind of been on a Magic Square trip myself. But to get back to piggyback off what you were saying, and really to piggyback off of what all you guys were saying is this, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because I'm a fans toys guy, but of course I love everything too. I love a lot of other different lines too, especially if it's something that fans toys don't make. Then if X Transbot got it, it looks good. Guess what? I'm gonna go get it. If MMC got it and it looks good, guess what? I'm gonna go get it. But I am leisure enough to say this, that fans toys is not the one all be all on everything. And this is where I'm gonna play devil's advocate because we've had this discussion before with Magic Square stepping up to the plate the way that they are in the MP scale. We said this question, and this was going to be a part of the topic too. If Magic Square or when Magic Square steps up to the plate, are they going to be the winner that takes all? And I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, how I think it's gonna go if they do it, and it's kind of gonna be based on if they do it and if they don't do it. And I've always said this, and I'll probably get ran over by the bus for this, but this is just my thoughts and my opinion. If Magic Square just even put a hint of premium paint on their figures, a splash of stylization, and maybe 2 grams of diecast, is that not fans' toys?
Yep.
Yeah,
They
it'll be
fan.
right there. It'll be right there on it. But
I think
that
they'll be right there on
but
them.
but I'm pretty much fine with what they got. I want them to stay like they is. You know, they look so beautiful. The G1, they 100% G1. That's why a lot of people feel the way they feel about it because it's not only do they, that's nice right there.
Show it.
Um,
Oh, hang on, y'all. We got TF. We got Jonathan Williams, TF Marauders. Hang on. Hey, you gonna have to come in here because I know he gonna have something to say about this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kerry. I apologize.
uh, uh, yeah, but I'm fine with way they are the way they are. We got Ant. He presenting some figures right there, man. Ant, what you got, man? What you got?
So it looks like these TFCon exclusives just showed up. Shout out to Sanjay. He wouldn't pick these up for me, and the UPS man just dropped them off in the middle of the show. So this is the Brawl, the TFCon exclusive, and then here goes Hangman, the TFCon
Oh,
exclusive. So just
Mm,
made just made it. Uh,
awesome, awesome.
I also need to give a shout out to my man Richard Trey Five, Richard Murray. Uh, he
Kinfolk.
went, yeah, he's fam. Uh, he went ahead and he surprised me, and so I had already had Sanjay get me one, and he told me he had another one coming for me, so he got that for me. As a surprise, and he's shooting it my way, so I'm gonna end up with two of these hangmans. So that's a real blessing right there. So shout out to Richard Trey Five because he told me he was sending that my way.
Hey, hold on,
Sweet.
y'all. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me clear?
We
Yep.
can hear you clear. Hey,
Cause I,
everyone in the chat, can y'all hear him?
Keep going, Gib. We're
I need
fine.
to make sure they can hear me. Can anybody hear me in the chat?
Yep.
They can.
Yep.
Okay, good. What's up, TF Marauder? Going
Hey,
on?
he finna come in, man. I just sent him the link to come in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
He
but go.
just said I can't help that. I gotta figure that out, man. So I don't know what's going on with my mic.
You good? Go ahead. Go ahead, Gib. Speak your mind.
Nah, go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead. Y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah, but Magic Square should be like the I mean, I'm pretty much neutral on it all, but I like everything too, Chris. But Magic Square, man, they are taking me over, man. And I'm with you, Ant, on that MMC because I did not know MMC was like that until I got these protector bots, and they done blew me away too, man. So I'm pretty much on the bandwagon with both of those right there.
I've been with MMC since day one. Like I said, I put my man Give up on it. He was over there with them X trans bots. I was like, hey, you need to go ahead
There you
and
go.
check out them
Hey,
MMC
yeah.
ones.
There he is.
So um Den B, you put something in the chat. He says he feel bad for companies when they drop a figure and then another company comes along and completely eclipses it. I
Okay,
feel the
Yeah.
and
same way.
and let
Um,
me ask you a question real quick. Which set you like better, the MMC or the Magic Squad set of Combaticons?
Me
Yeah, you. Yeah, which one you like better?
right now, I'm gonna say it's a toss up. I need to get that blast off. I want to get them all in hand first. I also want to see how much difficulty it is to combine it, right? Because the MMC set, they came together real nice. It was a simple transformation and everything else. And so I haven't really tried to put my Magic Square in combine mode just
Okay,
yet. So for me, I got to see the total package first before I declare a winner,
okay,
because a lot of people can make a good looking robot mode, but then you doing Chinese arithmetic, no shade to that by that comment, trying to get them transformed and into combine mode and everything else. Like I've seen these videos of people, breaking their aerial bots, trying to get them combined to make su- Superion and everything else. So I'm like, let's keep it simple, let's keep it clean, and then let's take it from there.
okay. That's what's up then. All
Hmm.
right, all right.
All right. Shout out to Prime Dynamics, aka Jonathan Williams, TF Marauders in the building.
What's up, T.F.
What's going on,
Marauder?
my
What's
brother?
going on, man?
Hey, what's happening? So, hey, just to let you, yeah,
Yeah, we can't hear you.
well, we could hear you, and then you cut out. You're muted.
Nope, still can't hear you.
Oh, there we go.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, all
All
right.
right, all right.
What it do, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
We
Yeah, we
good,
are
man.
Good,
Hey, you
man.
want to
good.
chime in on this? You want to give your opinion, your thoughts?
Yep.
My
Let's talk
apologies.
about it.
Could somebody repeat the question, please?
So
All
we're
right.
talking
So
about the Magic Square Bruticus, their releases so far, what you think about them, and what potential you think the company has going forward.
Love what they're doing. I think they should stay in their lane. They're different from fan toys. Yesterday, I had a beat it kind of set up with my figures, fan toys versus the Combaticons, just to see what they look like in the present. And I'm thinking to myself, fan toys, Stunnicons is dog walking the Magic Square.
Really?
Uh, Bruticus in a fight. So, like you said, Chris, with the inch of die cast and the upgrade and the paint and all of that stuff, you can see that plastic on them figures. So to me, it's the best Bruticus on the market. I think they shun on Zeta and they do as well with the MMC. It is going to be the GOAT until Fantoys gets involved. And for me, I always said Fantoys needs to back up because this is their lane right now. I think Magic Square owns it, but I think they dropped the ball a little bit on Vortex. He looks like plastic to me.
Hmm.
I think it's a good looking figure. I think it's going to be a hell of a set. I think it's going to rule But until another, Bruticus comes out, I think right now Magic Square wins, but I don't think they're going to keep the title for long.
Mm,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's a good one. So I would say this one here because I know Gib just asked you this, and here's my stance on the MMC versus
Oh,
Uh oh.
Kerry just he
Chris
froze up. Chris
froze.
froze
Chris
up on us.
froze. Uh oh.
the
Froze
both.
up. But there you go.
No.
He froze up on us again.
Uh oh.
Jonathan, I feel you on that.
Of the
Like,
MMC. I didn't too much care for the Bruticus. I like, but I didn't like the actual look.
Whoa.
Hey,
Yeah, I didn't too much care for the actual look of Bruticus.
Chris, go back. You had froze up for a minute.
A
yeah,
long
I
minute.
froze.
Yeah,
Oh
you
wow. Okay.
froze
How about
up.
now? Am I
Yeah, you
good?
good. You
yeah.
good now.
Yeah, I like the MMC version. I love the robot modes. I love the alt modes. I wasn't too big of a fan on the combined mode, but with the tank, I absolutely love the direction they went with that tank. But it's just like it looked like together he was kind of disproportionate to me just a little bit, and I didn't care for that much. But would I have gotten them? I still probably would have gotten them. But on the other hand, as far as the Magic Square side of them, and again, I love Magic Square. They look good. They are G1. I just wish that they put a little bit of because I like my stuff stylized, not overly stylized to what it look like Gundams, but I like a little stylization to them, and I like to have a little heft in the weight. Although I am happy and pleased with them, and I love the articulation that the Magic Square has in it. But that's the only thing I wish. And I think, and I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna say with the Prime that they just put out, and Gib has this guy. They actually put a premium paint on him. And I know somebody else got some other legend scale figures that just came out by Magic Square. They said that they got premium paint on them. So I'm kind of wondering now, is Magic Square really listening to what the consumer is saying and say, you know what, we understand that this is not our lane. We want to keep it as G1 and hypertune as possible. I'm wondering if they're trying to migrate outside of their comfort zone now.
I think it was a sneak diss towards fan toys.
Uh,
I don't think it's that. Like, so for me, I've been collecting Magic Square's Legend Scale for a while, and they do this with all their releases. Like, they put out their regular release, then they come back and, like, if it does well, they'll re-release it with better paint, right? So,
Mhm.
like, the ones that get the set that Gibb and I have, we have the C version, which is the premium paint version of the Legend Scale of their Combaticon. So I think that's what they're doing here. And so it wouldn't surprise me. And I mean, you see that, like, right now, these Magic Square MP scale bots, you can't find them aftermarket, right? Like, you can't find there's not a lot of people that have them for sale anywhere because everyone's holding on to them. But I think you're gonna see Magic Square come back and do a premium paint finish on it. I don't think they'll do die cast, but they're known for going back 2 or 3 times on a figure to say, hey, we're gonna do this, hey, we're gonna do that. And so I think that's what's going to end up happening here. But I went ahead and swooped it up like everyone else because you just never know if they say, "Hey, I'm gonna stop," or whether they're gonna go back in on it.
But isn't that bad business practice to do that? Because that's
I
how
don't
I
know
felt.
because not everyone likes it that way.
I
So
mean,
I
but
mean,
that's how I felt about the DX9 when they came out with the blue nips. They should have just did the white ones first, and now we got a double dip to buy it again.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm
I think
not
that was a
buying another
mistake.
one. I have the Magic Square. I think the first light of piece. I'm not upgrading that because I know Fan Toys is coming.
Hmm.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
Well, see, for me, I don't know that everyone wants to go back in, but also when they do it, they charge you like $2 or $3 extra for the figure, so it's not like you paying the same price. I feel what you're saying.
Mhm.
Um, I think that everyone has their own lane because, like Chris wants it with the premium paint finish, and for a lot of people who are fans toys collectors, it fits more naturally into their collection if you have a lot of premium paint finishes. But for me, I'm just like, hey, I want what I want, and so if I like the figure, I'm just gonna swoop it up. And so I get where you're saying, like, hey, it seems like you hustling us because it looks like you dropped a better figure or a better looking figure after you already released one. But at the same time, we got to think like, hey, this is their first foray into it. So I'm gonna give them more grace, like I did with MMC with their Bruticus, right? I feel like their Defensor has some things that are cleaned up on it that weren't as clean on the Bruticus. And so because it's your first foray, I'm gonna give you a little bit of grace. But if they do a second combiner, and the rumor is that they're gonna go back in and try to do their Stunticons, since they already have those kind of semi-engineered, they're gonna go back in and try to do their Stunticons. I'm gonna hold them to a higher standard.
But do they deserve grace after so many successful legend scales that they put out? I mean, that's kind of like, okay, what's different other than scale?
Mm.
I mean,
So,
it's completely different engineering, right? Like the transformation isn't 1-to-1.
but that has nothing to do with material. And I'm sorry, well, I guess I should say build or the way it should look. I mean, all you're doing is applying the paint, regardless if it's smaller or bigger. They should have did that right the first time. I don't think there's an excuse to relaunch the same bot unless it's doing really well on the market where people didn't get it. So you're going to put out another one and then you make those changes. But he was still available, even in the first one. So they should have got that right.
Who is he? You
I'm
said
talking about Magic Square.
no. You said he was still available. Like,
Optimus Prime, excuse me.
got you. I don't know. I mean, I got the first one when it came out around the same time as MP44, and I didn't go back in on all these other ones. So I know that they did a second. I know they did a second version that's even
Mhm.
more articulated and everything else. There was a what is it, Light of Victory or whatever. I forget what
Yeah.
the first Prime was, but I got the one that came out the same time as MP44 because that came out. Transform Element came out, and then MP44 came out
Right.
at the same time, and then they did a second release with the what is it, Light of Peace? Um, is there upgrade to that whatever that first one was called, Light of Victory or whatever it was?
Yeah.
So, but there was a 2 or 3 year gap in between, so I'm like, if you're going to put a 3 year gap in between the figure, then I can't be mad at you for going back in.
Well, 1 to 2, that's fair. But 2 to 3, I don't know about that one.
Mm.
So,
Okay,
Yeah.
Prime. Let me ask you
but
this.
also Prime. I mean, Prime's going to sell regardless, right? Like Prime is
Sure.
going to be Prime.
Sure.
Okay, Dynamics. Let me ask you this, Prime Dynamics. Let me ask you a
Yes,
question.
sir.
Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me ask you this. Ask the whole panel. Do y'all think it was appropriate for Fans Toys to put out a Galvatron 2.0 already when we really didn't need it?
But I don't think so, but I'm not against it. I'm not
This is
against
deeper than hip hop. Like I'm gonna say this.
Nobody asked for a 2.0 crotch. That's all you really
Oh
getting.
my
And
Right.
maybe an upgrade in the paint.
Yeah.
I think they could have waited on that one.
Yeah,
it.
I feel like
yeah, I agree with
this is
And
that.
that's
deeper than.
true, but I do like the 2.0 backpack. It's smaller.
I
So
feel like this is a lot deeper than hip hop because them and X Transbots got something. So whenever X Transbots pop up or pop off about fans toys, and you hear about it in these streets, like they got some, they got something for them every time.
They do.
And so
I
I
agree.
feel like this is what that was. Is they was like, oh, you gonna put out a Galvatron? We got something for you.
So Jason Sled says that, but Galvatron 1.0 been out for a long time though. So here, and Jason, comment what you think about it, Jason, about them coming out with that 2.0. Here's where I stand on the 2.0. I'm like Kerry Stringfellow. I'm not totally against it because, truthfully speaking, I did not care for the 1.0 at all. He wasn't horribly bad, but he just was not that Galvatron to me. But on the other hand, I do feel like this: there are other characters I would have rather seen them come out with than a 2.0 Galvatron.
yeah,
Can
exactly.
I ask y'all something, Gib
Go ahead.
and Chris?
I mean,
Go ahead.
Should they have put that energy instead of doing a 2.0, rather putting out a Ronimus instead?
I
Exactly.
would just
I take
say,
that. I take
Exactly.
that.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And,
think they
and
should
we
make a
talked about that for an hour
Angel
before.
King said he's surprised that Fans Toys didn't tackle the seek. I'm surprised too.
Yeah. True. True. True.
I think it's gonna be hard to knock off those MP seekers, man. Like those newest versions of MP
MP.
seekers.
Or
uh,
you don't think deformation is king right now?
That's what I'm
I
saying. Like I'm saying,
Okay.
like these newest MP seekers. I
Yeah.
think that you just put them like if Fans Toys was gonna do that, I think you wasting everyone's time because these newest versions is what I'm referring to. Like I feel like they win, right? Like you're gonna have to have something that's over the top better than that because I think everyone's fine with deformation space or even the KO of the MP that fixes some of the MP issues or just a straight KO of the MP.
Right. I think the only thing that kills the deformation is that they have a matte paint job.
Yeah.
and also that
Yeah.
that breakage in the chest. I don't like that at all.
Oh, in the crop, yeah.
Yeah, I do not like that on
Yeah.
the deformation space. I do not like that. It kind of break the scope up a little bit to me.
I think for us, right, like it seems like we've all been collecting for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
For all of us, I think our focus is, man, give us something we ain't got, right?
Right,
Or
right.
give us a better version of something that's been released a long time ago, right? Like, so who's going to come out with an MP wheelie so we can get this extra transbot one off? You know what I'm saying? So we can get this extra transbots one off the shelf,
You
right?
ain't lying.
If someone decided they was going to come out with a new MP Cosmos, and again, that's not to say that X Transbots or MMC or Zeta, whatever your choice is, isn't a good robot. I mean, it fits the shelf, but I feel like we do for an upgrade there. Um, so I think that there's plenty of stuff that for a lot of people in the game, it's like, hey man, y'all keep going back to these season one characters. Y'all keep going back in on these season one characters. Let's give us something we ain't seen before. DX9 Rodimus is the only third party Rodimus out there. It has its pros and cons. DX9 recently, did a repaint of it and put metallic
Yeah.
on it. And even in the pictures, you still can't tell much
No.
of a difference on it from
It's
the
just
original.
Rodimus with a sunburn. That's all it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like it
Yeah.
basically looks like the same figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
to me, it's the Call of the Primitive version. That's what I see when I look at that DX9 version.
yeah.
So I can rock with that. But it would be nice to see what Rodimus looks like in fan toys.
Right.
Or I wouldn't even say I wouldn't just say fans toys. I would say anybody that want to give it a shot, right? Like I get it sounds like you a fans toys guy. I'm just
Well,
saying,
that's all there is. I mean, X Transbots and dropped the ball so many times. I
Yeah.
didn't. I feel like I get cheated on by
Oh
them.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
tired of taking them back.
I agree to disagree on that one.
these Constructicons look pretty nice, man. I got two of them, and I'm satisfied with them. Like again, I hold everybody to their own standard, right? Like I can't compare everybody to FT because not everybody's trying to do what FT's trying to do. And so I'm like, with X Transbots, I'm like, yeah, y'all need to step up your game. Y'all need to step up your quality paint so this stuff don't chip and everything else. But at the same time, I'm like, can we see improvements, right? Like, because we was on them for a while. Then they released that Inferno, and truth be told, that's a great figure.
It is.
It's a
I
really
agree.
it's a really good figure. And like again with fans toys, and I don't know if you caught this part of it, but my issue with them is like, hey, if you doing these combiners and you charging, $200 a pop for a robot, I need all the articulation that other people is charging 50, $60 less than you. And these things can turn left and right and bend at the waist, I'm not saying you got to have a ab crunch. I can live with or without one. I'll be fine with that. But if it can't turn but one direction or can't turn at all, I'm like, you robbing us. Like if you gonna be the king, then do king shit. Excuse my language. But you can't be out here and claim you the king and charge king prices. And somebody building a figure that's $60 cheaper that has more articulation than yours.
Mm.
Well, like I was telling a friend of mine, they don't really do that. That's not their lane. They're museum bots. They're statuesque bots. They do prison poses. That's where their lane is. And they don't have, the ability to make that because it'll suffer in the build. And I'm right there with you, like far as the price. But then they would just want you to look at the box, what I'm saying? All I have to do is be pretty. I don't have to do nothing else.
Mm.
And that's their model,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately.
It
To
is.
me, I hear a lot of people saying that you speaking on their behalf. Like I want them to come out and say that's what we are. If they come out and say it, then that's fine. But I feel no shade to you.
Yeah,
But I
all right.
see people who come out and say that, and I'm like, you making excuses for them. Like let them come out and
Oh,
say.
it's not an excuse. They need to put some articulation there. I just learned to accept it.
No, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you
Right, right,
directly.
right,
But I'm saying like you royally.
right, right, right.
Like I feel like people are making excuses for them. Like if they come out and say like this is who we are as a company, right? Like so with
Hmm.
Flames Toys, they're like, hey, this is who we are as a company. And so they present that, then okay, that's fine. I'll live with that. But as long as you say you the third party king and you make it known and you like they throw shade at people, they do all the stuff that they do directly, indirectly, that gets communicated through these
Hmm.
you know, through these websites and pages and Q and A's and everything else. If you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna hold you to a third party transformer standard, which means like, yo, you gotta get with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with
I
that
agree
too.
with that. Me
Now I
too.
would say this here back to the X transbot notion. granted, I haven't been in this game as long as either of y'all have been, and I got some X. Don't get me wrong, I got some X Transbox Grails, but I got some X Transbox trash too.
Oh, talk about it.
I got some X Transbox trash too. I gotta say, one of my I'm glad to see fans try to do this because Wind
Mhm.
Charger, man, I broke them the first day I got them, and I almost threw them in the trash can. Now, and again to Anthony's point, man, I got to say, and I still said this, with the exception of one, because they put, I'm not gonna say they put cheap paint on. I just don't think they put anything for the paint to grab onto. Angel Kings can attest to this because he's a painter, and I'm a painter. We know about this kind of stuff, but I would say all of their fire engines and utility trucks, in my opinion, are die-hard grails. They did an excellent job. I think they knocked it completely out the park on those figures. I was completely floored when I got those figures in. I love the, and some people say they're too tall in scale, but me personally, I always thought a fire engine should be big. I always thought that Grapple, Inferno, Art Fire, and all those guys should be the same size as Hotspot. That's
Hmm.
just my opinion. Now I will say this here. I think that they are picking that ball back up to a small degree until we get, like, again, everything is subjective until we get it in hand, right? But I'm
Mhm.
thinking that they're picking that ball back up with these target masters that they're coming out, and I'm thinking that headmasters is going to be right behind them. And I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna fare with that, because that means when you start dealing with the I think when you start dealing with the headmaster aspect of it, even if you're dealing with the target master, turning a robot into a gun or something like that, I think you got to put your big boy drawers on and pull your bootstraps up and tighten them up on this here and give us some solid stuff. You can't It can't be flimsy and it can't be garbage when you do that.
Hmm.
Let me
Mm.
circle back to Jason Sled because he put something in the chat and he was asking me if FT is really throwing shade at people. I can tell you, I think it's well known that the beef between FT and XTB is well known. Like
Oh
neither
yeah,
company hides that. So
just 50 in Jaru.
that's what I'm saying. Like there is no one talking on their behalf. Like
Yeah.
they get on message boards and say it. Like that stuff is out there. So um, I think that that's pretty well known, like how they feel about some of these other companies. They feel, I think like them and MMC, they're cool and they kind of stay away from whatever MMC is doing. But MMC, again, stays kind of in their own lane with their releases anyway. But by and large, like if FT has a problem, they will let it be known. And then they will say, hey, we're going to drop what you drop, except we're going to drop a fire version of it. And like I said, I got all these FT releases. Like I don't run from it. I pony up and I pay for it, but they put it out there and they let it be known how they feel about everybody. And I appreciate them standing on business when it comes to that.
Mm.
Okay, okay. Let's see
All
what
right.
these guys in the chat talking about right here. Dart, is that Darth Coconut? What's up, Darth Coconut?
That's a real name.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, all right. He said FT is doing a Galvatron 2.0 because XTB Galvatron Abaddon, which has been in 3D renders like forever. XTB's Galvatron. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Dark Coconut, and these guys can vouch for me on this because everybody keeps wondering when is X Transbot going to drop that, and I said this: they're going to drop it right after Fans Toys drop their 2.0, and kiss my sweet Lucy. And of course, this isn't 100% for sure, but I never seen nowhere else. Um, Fan Stores had a couple of dates that was like last year. I went to the Chosen Prime and seen him on there, and Chosen Prime says third quarter or something like that. Second, I think somewhere in the third quarter they expect them. Who else is dropping in third quarter? Galvatron 2.0 Fans Toys. I think this is probably going to be the time that X Transbot is going to do the underhanded stuff or some of the underhanded stuff that Fans Toys do, and they're going to bot chase.
I disagree with that,
I
brother.
would
I
have to tell
disagree
you
with
this.
that.
Oh,
Uh,
Gib,
I'm sorry.
I,
Go ahead, Gil.
I
I'm
think
tell
we'll
you
get another Dr. Dre album before we get that X
exactly.
Transbox Galvatron.
I disagree with you, Chris, man. If anything, Fan Store is gonna drop theirs first to kind of mess up S Transbox. I'm telling you. If they drop theirs first, you already know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen already. Because
Hmm.
people are not so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like his Transbox. Don't get me wrong. I like them, but I don't had a lot of issues with them too. So once Fans Toys drop their Galvatron first, they're gonna hurt their sales, man. I'm just being honest. It's gonna hurt them. So
Unless the reviewers come up and cape for it, right? And I'm not saying
unless
they're caping, but I'm saying like unless the reviewers come up and speak highly about it and they make sure they put it in all the people's hands like Sony, like Paik or whoever else, that's out here doing reviews and let them speak highly for it. I think Gibbs 100% right because when Fans Toys drops a bot or they announce a bot that's already been released,
oh yeah,
it's my favorite time of year, and that's you got it for cheap because I run straight to eBay and I'm like, oh, I can get these bad Q I can get these bad Q robots, I can get these XTB robots, I can get somebody else's previous release for like 40-50 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll snatch them up and be like, oh look, now I got robot mode, I got bot mode, and I got just because it was cheap mode. So
Wow. We just ain't so in other words, we ain't gonna give X trans by the pot to piss in and the one to throw out of.
Yeah,
no,
I guess so.
No.
not on this one. I'm sorry, man.
So,
Not on this one, man.
I got a question for
Back,
everybody. What's everybody's favorite X Transbot? What's the
Ooh,
grail to them?
X Transbot. Oh man, that's a great question.
yeah,
Mine's is
okay.
Cyclonus.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you mine. Mine's a Cyclonus Grapple Inferno.
exactly. I'm with all the firing
Oh,
engines.
and
Oh,
I gotta say this here, and some people don't like them, but I haven't had any issues with them, and still to this day, another grill by XTB is Run Amok and Runabout,
Oh,
yeah,
and
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty
Cosmos.
good too.
yeah.
Yeah,
and Cosmos.
Cosmos.
I tell
Cosmos.
you,
Cosmos. Yeah,
I tell you,
Cosmos.
yeah, I tell you another one that I like. I really like. Not only just firing, I'm really crazy about the double agent, the headmaster.
Oh, Punch, Counter Punch.
Punch counter punch.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful figure, beautiful figure.
hey, that sea spray was all right too, right?
Yeah,
Like I
Yes,
It was
again,
cool.
yeah, he
it
was.
was.
He was not.
That was
they
one
had
of
a
their
really
best
good
figures,
paint
though.
job on it. Like I said, they've had some hits, but they
Yeah.
had a good string of misses for like 5 or 6 bots because
Oh
that
yeah.
cup, whew, man,
Oh
that cup
Lord,
was terrible.
I broke my cup. Oh, I broke it.
That's what I'm saying. That cup was terrible. They had a string of robots where they earned their reputation for not being a quality company.
Mm.
Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous about that Ultra Magnus, and I know some people had some issues with it. My Ultra Magnus has been fine,
Yeah,
right?
mine.
So
Are
Hmm.
you talking about the first one or the second one?
this new, not the premium paint finish one, but this
Okay,
newest one. They
gotcha.
came out what was that? Maybe 6 months before the Fans Toys one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the reissue.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that reissue a waste of money, man.
No, I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking
Oh,
about the one
okay.
that came before,
Oh, okay. All right.
like the first release of it. But I guess my favorite ones is gonna be their Sea Spray or even their Inferno / Art Fire. Like I said, all the fire engines.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Oh, I highly agree with you on that one. All right, gentlemen. So now I got another question to ask, and this is a part of the the panel topic that
Hmm.
carried through in there. So we talked about Magic Square. We haven't talked about the Devastator Wars. I want to talk about the Devastator Wars. Want to lead into Fans Toys Menasor. How is he faring between the up and rising star of Magic Square getting their feet wet not only in the Combiner Wars, in the MP game, and potentially having a mass takeover? And I'm gonna give a little spiel on this from what I've been seeing and what I've been asking people, right? About Fans Towards Minnesota. And then again, you gotta think he hasn't even the last figure hasn't even really dropped yet. Some people got him early, but he isn't even out yet. And I see a lot of people, and this is probably my fourth one this week, are completely bailing out on Fans Toys. And with the exception of saying that they're gonna get rid of all their bots and maybe only keep Motormaster for the presence, for his presence. But they are completely out on Fans Toys Minnesota.
Hmm.
How is he fair? That's why, and that's why it's in there. Is he? Hey, do we still have love for him, or is the thrill gone?
I think the three are gone a little bit for
Yeah.
me. Just a little bit.
Yeah, the
Uh,
three are going with me just a little bit. For the ones that I did sell, I got two more that I'm thinking about selling. I'm gonna hold on to Motormaster, but I'm fine with my DX9 Manosaur, man. I'm totally fine with, but I want to keep all my I'm gonna go
Oh,
ahead.
hang on, Kerry. Let me do this. Jason Sled. I'm gonna send you a link in Facebook Messenger. I want you to come on here and talk about it. Go ahead, Kerry.
Yeah, I'm fine with fans toys though. I'm fine with it. I just keep the robots. My Menasor is still gonna be uh DX. So
Let me say this is my favorite stat about these fans toys releases. My youngest son wasn't even created when Motor Master came out, and he's now 6. And so, you
I
know,
feel you there.
it's my favorite stat when it comes to this. And so, I think for a lot of people, it's the price point, right? Like, I'd rather you, and I get why they did it because they don't want to have to sit on all these pieces because you go on all these websites and you see these parts, forming parts sitting on everybody's website, for the X Transbot combiner, and everyone got mad at X Transbots for not including their, parts forming pieces together. But to me, I'm like, you, you probably just should have released the bot by himself because that $400 for this one, it was what I think it was close to $400 for the last one,
There you go.
last aerial bot. I'm like, man, you in this economy, regardless of where you live, like you socking into people's pockets, and so that's a bit much in my opinion.
Jason Sled, the man, the myth, the legend, the first person in the whole wide world of the United States of America with a fans toys dead end. Give us the good, the bad, the ugly, the fresh, and the stanky about it. What you think?
Now, I will preface by saying I have an XTB G2 Menasor to compare. I do not have DX9 yet. I've got a G2 of that coming on, and I'm getting rid of XTB's Menasor. Um, but so quality wise, Fans Toys knocked it out of the park. Timing, terrible. Cost, terrible. Um, if DX9 is as good as I think it's going to be, and you have DX9, I would be hard pressed to tell you you need to upgrade to Fans Toys. The cost is just too high to justify, and too late to justify going in all in on Fans Toys. Just unless you're just a Fans Toys guy. If you're a Fans Toys guy, you're going to love it, and you're already used to paying those kinds of prices, and you're not going to be disappointed. There's a couple of things I really like. I think that Fans Toys did right. And again, I'm mainly comparing to XTB. I don't have hands-on experience with DX9 yet. The arm bots do not break into two pieces to go on the arms. I think that is a smart move um, because it's going to hold up longer over time than having that connection that physically comes apart to get them on the arm, like I know XTB does. What else do they do? The front or back placement of the box on the legs. It's not just turning the leg around and putting it on there. There's a really neat mechanism in the knee that you have to angle and lock in to allow that whole bottom part of the leg to shift forward or backwards to properly accommodate which side you want to put the bot on. They're the only ones that give you two out of the box modes, tune or toy, which I think is a huge plus if that's important to you.
Yep.
So, I mean, and just it's a solid bot. I think he's more solid than Superion. The
Oh,
only big thing that I don't like, and I will caveat with, the official videos haven't come out yet. Sometimes they skip a step in the instruction books. All of them do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it comes in two pieces, and that top part with Road King in there will come out really easily, and which is going to make him hard to pose and keep them all together. Um, Now there may be a connection in there that I'm missing. It is sure isn't in the instructions because I've looked over it 2 or 3 times just to make sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if when a real reviewer gets their hands on it and starts messing with it, if we find there might be some other points in there that I'm just missing. But he's super solid, super stable. XTB has those floppy feet and will fall over in a heartbeat. Um, I really like the way the feet are incorporated into the whole bottom leg on Fans Toys. Once you get that guy posed how you want, he's not going anywhere. And he's top heavy. They all are because they're slapping Minosaur in the back of all the robots, but not to the point where I worry about him toppling over when the air conditioning turns on and starts blowing.
I have a
Okay,
question for you. Can I ask a question real quick?
go
Yeah,
ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
What's the stability for Wild Rider and Breakdown being snapped onto the back of the legs? Do you feel like it can fall off like in other bots?
that's another ding for me is getting those guys on the back of the legs
I knew it.
properly.
I knew
It's
it.
tough. I don't. I think I might be missing something on how that goes because I was able to get them on there. They came off really easily. Um, and I feel like maybe I'm doing something wrong, or the bots on the back just doesn't work as well as they planned it to.
It does that on the Magic Square Legend scale too.
It
Does
sure
it?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
if I'm missing something in the app and putting it together on the back, um, it's got the potential to be really good with the caveat that if I'm missing something, if I'm doing it right, it's just not working well. Front of the bot, front of the legs, perfect. They're not going anywhere. You can pick up and do karate kicks, and those cars will stay on the front. Back, not so much.
I got one more for you.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm curious to know if the bots are already in their alt modes. What's the timing that it takes to put this thing together?
The arms and the legs have got to be in car mode.
Right.
Um, but I was really pleasantly surprised. I saved Road King for last because I thought this is going to be a Fanstoys pain in the ass to get him transformed and into the back of Menasor. It was really easy and really smart. You've got to pay attention with how his legs are aligned when you fold them up and everything, right there at the hips and everything. That's got to be good and solid and even.
The
To
upper
get,
thighs need to be facing down because I tried it on mine. I think I got it right. His upper thighs connected to his hips. Should that be
yeah,
folded all the way around? Then it goes up.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yep. So, and we talk about how long it took to get these guys out. And I've said this in my little typed up review I did on Facebook. But if you look at Road King and these early bots, there's clear design elements in there that they put in to go on the final combiner. They knew where they were going with this. Why the hell did they take so long?
Well, the story
so
is the
Jason,
engineer that designed it left
Okay.
the company, and so he took his design with it. So they had to re-engineer the whole thing.
Figure it out all over from the start. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
that makes
same thing with MMC and their blades. Like when you go back and look, Blades was supposed to be the second release after First Aid, but they did him at the end because one of the engineers left or something happened with the project, and so he got pushed to the end. So
so. And
Anthony,
summary,
any idea where he went? The engineer to a rival or?
Um, someone said he went to a rival. Another person said that like he just got out of the business altogether. I mean, again, this is a 6+ year old story because they
Mhm.
released the first three like it was kind of bang, 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 and then it was like, oh, and they were straightforward with us about it, like, hey, there's going to be a delay. Something happened with the project, and we got to go back in on it. Because the same guy that did that did Superior. So he did both of their combiners. And it's like, hey, there's going to be a delay. And so I don't know. They didn't tell us where he went or what he did. They just said, hey, he's out. So, and that was the reason for the delay. But six
Gotcha.
years is a lot, man. Like 6 years is
Long time.
that's a
yeah,
grip, man.
so,
Right.
all
I
right,
had nothing else to do, so I made 2 more children.
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like when your kids don't exist
For real.
and now
That's
there's
funny.
6, like, hey, man, like, what are we doing?
All right,
yeah.
so
But
Jason, I
they've been
have a
waiting.
question for you, and I'm
We've
gonna
been
put
waiting
you
for
in the
that
hot seat for a
Blitzwing
little
even
bit.
longer. So the next thing I'm waiting for is that Blitzwing, right? Because we've been waiting for him for a minute, and then we're waiting for that Make Toys brainstorm or not brainstorm
Highbrow.
highbrow. Yeah, so like those two are like the next thing. Where it's like if those two get released, if I get called home, I'll be like, all right, I didn't see it all.
Mm.
Right. All right, Jason. So I got a question for you, and I'm gonna put you in the hot seat
All right.
because, and the reason I got to put you in the hot seat is because number one, you already got FT Marauder on hand. You got XTB, and prior to the G2, I know you said you got that coming. So did you have a DX9 prior to the G2 that you got coming?
DX9 bots.
Yes.
Yeah, trying to think which ones. I don't have a lot, but I have no problem with DX9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now here's the hot seat that I'm gonna put you in.
Okay.
Because I've asked people this, but at the same time, again, everything is always subjective until you have it in hand. And I know that it's going to be a honest and sincere answer because you got all these bots in hand. So one of the reasons that a lot of people I've asked were jumping and bailing completely out on the fans toys is because they said this. Number one, we already know price, obviously. Number two is time, obviously. But the second, or should I say the third biggest reason I hear a lot of people say they're bailing out is because they said that after all this time and as much money as they're spending, they were expecting more. And they said that if X Trans bots was a little bit taller and didn't have the stability issues, you basically got a Fans Toys Marauder
I don't
on
think so.
in your hand.
I don't
I
even
don't
agree with that.
because like the chest on XTB is just squishy plastic. It's bendy plastic. It's cheap. Um, the Fans Toys chest is rock solid. It's thick, good quality painted plastic. XTB doesn't come close. I mean, if you and most of these people are just going by looks. XTP looks good when he's standing there. I don't have any problem with that. But the quality of the plastic, the quality of the design is not on the same level as Fans Toys. But if you want a Menasor to sit in the shelf and look good, um, sure, get XTB. But you know, I'm selling my G2 XTB just because he's a bit of a mess. I
but that's
think
the
I'm
point.
looking forward to the DX9 to see how it stacks up. From all, I'm not planning on being disappointed in DX9. I hadn't heard anybody say anything bad about him.
But my
I
thing is,
truthfully speaking, I haven't either because when I started to and I gotta blame Kerry Stringfellow for this because don't shake your head, man. Hey, he's the one that taught me everything that I know and put me on the path. And we had about a 4 hour conversation about the different toy lines, who was the best of the best, who was the creme de la creme, and all that stuff there. And when he told me that Fans Toys was the creme de la creme, but they was high dollar, it just is what it is. You either gonna get them or you ain't gonna get them. And then he said, like he said earlier, me, I'm an X trans back guy. 'Cause I like accessories. But but I have not heard anyone downplay the DX9 since my existence or my knowing of a DX9. And
Yeah.
I've heard, and again, like you said, going off the looks, I did say that the X Transbox version did look good, but this is well before I even knew that Fans Toys was even putting the Minosaur out. And then right when I was about to pull the trigger and doing a lot of reviews, because everybody kept giving kind of mixed reviews, and I'm gonna use Anthony's word on this. I think a lot of these reviewers do cake it up a little bit. I think they do cake it. That's just my opinion. And so it was kind of hard for me to get, but I start seeing more reviews, more reviewers than not say that the DX9 was more solid and he was more stable on the versus the X Transbot. They said, like you said, if they want looks, go XTB. But if you want a good looking bot and he's gonna still be sturdy and have a decent presence, go DX9. And right when I was about to pull the trigger on DX9 is when I had an influx of Fans Toys Thundercons coming out, and so I went Fans Toys instead of the DX9. But I have yet to hear someone say that, especially what you said. If that DX9 is as good as you say it is, it'd be hard for you to tell somebody to upgrade to the Fans Toys version. That says a whole lot in comparison to when I first came in the game and seeing about X Transbots and Fans Toys. But again, a lot of people were saying that, man, I'm out of the Fans Toys because I expected more. And if you took some of the aesthetics that the Fans Toys offer on theirs and you put it on XTB, that's all you got is another upgraded XTB.
yeah, but you see what Angel Kings put down on the post as a customizer. Not always Fans Toys plastic is the best quality. They do break like any other. Hmm.
Well, that's because they also get jammed. Because I unfortunately broke my skydive. I snapped this arm clean off.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Got to buy another one.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yep.
That happened with me with air raid. That happened with me with air raid.
Yeah. So I mean, I was able to put him in leg mode because his broken arm is still in his chest. So as long as I leave him in superior mode, he's good. But
Oh
it
wow.
bothers me, so I'm gonna get another one.
I know that's right. That bothered me too.
Yeah.
Cause you know it's there.
Yeah. I do that. I do know
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh
And for
yeah.
D and for DX9, I think why it's so appealing is the price one, and then the transformation to get him to Minosaur doesn't
Hmm.
take
That's right.
as much time as it would probably Fan Toys or X Transbot. We all know X Transbot is gonna take you some time. Like, because I almost heard like him go curse when he was putting that thing together. He was like, "This is not precious." Oh, it's so no precious. He had to
I'm,
walk off. I'm sure he had a
Uh,
cigarette.
I mean, again, I'm just gonna keep it a book. I think the DX9, they just built a really solid figure, right? Like that's why I said, you know, every now and then these companies hit on something and they put they I
Mhm.
mean all of them put their heart and soul into it, right? So
Right.
I'm not quick to jump on them. And I know some people are quick to I'm going to say knock these other companies and say, you need to get like Fans Toys, you need to do this and do that. But I'm like, they all put their heart, blood, sweat, and tears into it, and it's like I can't be quick to knock them and say, hey, you doing this, or you doing, or you ain't doing that. We all have our preferences, but DX9, like it, for all the reviews that have come out from all the people around the world and everything else, they all say it's a stand up figure. So I get why people are like, hey, literally for the same $400, I can get the entire DX9 combiner versus for $400, I can only get FT Marauder and finish my set. And I think what people are
Man,
going to
that's
do is wait
crazy.
until Black Friday or the holiday season and see if they can catch them on sale, because that's what happened with that last aerial bot. Is like a lot of these retailers had him sitting on the shelf for a while because we were like, I can't pay for it. But then when they did
Mhm.
their holiday sales, it was like, hey, Black Friday, I got it for like $100 off, $150 off, and then they started to swoop. People started to swoop them up, and so I think that's probably what we're gonna see with this one.
Well, I ran some projections on DX9 for like future projections for 2026. I have him going up at least 48% in price
Mm.
because of what's going on with X Transbots and what's going on with Fan Toys. I
Right.
think it's going to be on decline. At first, I thought X Transbot was going to be the one out between either going super expensive or going something that's reasonable that has a nice shelf presence. And people who are turning away from Fan Toys are going to start looking at that DX9, and he's
Hmm.
going to become more harder to get. And so it might be worth even just sitting on the figure just to have it, just in case. If Fan Toys is not your bread and butter,
Oh,
Well, again, like I said, it's we got it for cheap season on DX9. Like you can still find some great deals out there because people are flipping their DX9 so they can get the FT, which we see quite a bit. So for me, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm probably gonna snatch up another set just so I can keep it on ice. And so one of the things
agreed.
I do is like I do sometimes I get two because I want to get two, but a lot of times I get it to help other collectors out because when the scalpers come, like they are relentless. And like you said, the price is gonna go up 30, 40%. And so I'm like, let me help my brothers in the community get it because it's not, at least for me, it's not fun if everyone can't play, right? Like at this point, this is an adult hobby, but some of us act like children when it comes to hoarding these
uh-oh.
bots and not, buying it's like these con exclusives. It's one of my biggest pet peeves about when I go to TF Con is
Mhm.
someone will go and buy two or three of them and immediately you see them on eBay for three times the price, and people are like, "Yo, I can't get to it when it goes up on the website like the new Megatron, like the silver and purple Megatron that came out, and you see it going on eBay for $500. It's like, man, you paid 150 for it, right? Like, I mean, I get it. You got to get it where you got to get in where you fit in. But that's something that always annoys me about this hobby is, when people get out here and start scalping figures, it's like, yo, I really do want it because I had this version as a child, which is really where a lot of this passion comes from for us. It's like, yo,
Mhm.
I wanted this as a child. I had this as a child, and I'm trying to reconnect with something from my youth. And you try out here trying to hustle me, three times the price just to get it done.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw a curveball here because I'm reading what Angel Kings just said in the chat, and I actually kind of was gonna kind of touch on that, and we're gonna wrap it up on this one. He says that Fans Hobby needs to throw their hat in the ring. Say they have some nice figures, and I'm gonna ask you guys' opinion on that because I got my own opinion about Fans Hobby being in it too. And this is gonna go back to each toy line uh, uh, has a certain style. You can look pretty much almost look at a certain figure and say that's a Fans toy. You can look at a certain figure and say that's a DX9, that's a MMC, that's a Fans Hobby. And so it's gonna go back to this one, and we're gonna wrap it up with this one here, and we're gonna incorporate Fans Hobby. We already know that the next upcoming hot topic is about to be Computron, and excited to see it. Very, very excited to see it. Now, I'm going to honestly say this again. Being a fans toys guy, they threw me for a loop with the style that they went or the direction that they went with these the Technobots because and Carrie Stringfellow can vouch for you on this one here. Prior to actually seeing the way their Devastator came out, Carrie, did I not say I was 100% out on getting that Devastator? I did not like the out modes. I was
Out.
done with it.
Which one
That
we
was
talking
too
about?
uh, the Devastator. But
Which which?
I'm going somewhere with this. This is we're
Okay,
talking about style.
He's saying what company?
Yeah. Fans toys.
gotcha. Okay,
I said I was completely out on that Devastator because the alt mode looked entirely too tuned. I love the bot mode, but then when I seen how the end game, which a lot of people are going to be focused on anyway, they just want a Devastator. The Devastator looked it just the way I wanted it to look. He looked tune accurate, but he still had a little stylization to him. And I actually love the bot modes. On the Computron, and this is no shade to Fans Toys or Magic Square, but I feel nothing but a Magic Square presence, and that means Magic Square is known for that hyper tuned look. And then you got Bingo Toys who's coming out, and I know these are two totally different. Bingo Toys is a little bit more stylized, and if Fans Hobby was to join in this ring of style because I would love to see them upgrade a lot of their figures. Because think about it, fans hobby has little to no diecast in most of their figures, but they got good, solid, and some quality plastic in some of the figures that I have. Where do you guys think they would fall in style if they was to get in on someone like Computron? How do you think they would fare uh, against it? Because we never seen fans hobby do a full on combiner outside of Genrai
Yeah.
and
Well,
partial combiners like Overlord.
I think they got their little John.
they got to stay in their lane. I mean, I think
I
they
Yeah,
agree.
in Japan that's where they're big at least to us. I don't think they want to get in this battle.
No, I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm
I
with.
agree, man. I agree wholeheartedly on that.
I think it's too much for them to get into this.
I can't picture a fan's hobby style combined.
Okay.
It don't even sound right.
Okay. So let me ask you like this then. Somebody asked me this a long time ago because I did used to box, and they asked me who was the greatest boxer in my opinion I've ever seen. And again, my honest to God opinion to him was not to take nothing from nobody, but the greatest we've ever seen is always the one they put in front of us to force us to say that that one person is the greatest. With me going to the gym and seeing a lot of magnificent boxers, it's hard for me to say that there is one greatest. I will say there is a greatest for their time. There is a greatest for the style that they bring on. But is it we can't see fans hobby doing it because they haven't done it and because there's so many other lines we're being forced to accept and not fans hobby? Is that a fair assessment?
well,
Now,
let me hop in here for just a second and say
Come on.
I think fans hobby is filling a very much needed need in the community by putting out the stuff they putting out because they're doing headmasters, they're doing headmaster juniors, they're doing the stuff that a lot of us want, like even their Armada stuff. I'm not really like I'm not a fan of Armada Prime, but a lot of the other Armada stuff, I'm like, okay, I mess with that. And so they putting out the stuff that like the streets are asking for, other collectors are asking for, especially the Victory, the Master Force, and all that other stuff, because there's a real need for that. And so I appreciate them doing that. So rather than you coming back in and giving us our sixth Devastator or something like that, like for who for what, in my opinion, like
I
stay
agree.
okay and keep
I agree
helping us
too.
out because hey, as long as you keep dropping this stuff, you're gonna keep getting my paper because I'm like nobody else is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be
Okay,
on them
now that
side.
goes back to say this. I'm being devil's advocate a little bit here. Bingo Toys has never given us a combiner. Is it safe to say that they're giving us some individual bots that were good bots, but being in the combiner league is a completely different league. Should we say the same for Bingo Toys? Stay in your lane.
No,
They
because
just get on the
I,
on ramp though.
Yeah, they just got on. They just got out here. I mean, they new to the game.
right, it make
Right.
you get real mobster when you think of big bingo toys. It's like the balls on these guys,
Right.
because they're they're
Right.
going for the
Yeah.
home run.
Right.
So I appreciate them doing that.
I do too. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with
Mm-hmm.
that. I agree with
Anybody
that.
who brings another level to the game and makes everybody else up their game, it's like bring on the competition, make everybody better,
That's
or
Yeah,
right.
let the ones that aren't good bow out.
And you can tell they're doing right because fan toys probably pivot to come after them.
They did.
Uh,
They did.
I mean, again, what was the talk all last week before TFCon? Is it it was a
Predaking.
leak and we don't know whether it was FT or not. I said I didn't believe it was FT because they never let their stuff leak about them putting out a Predaking. And then when they showed up and they said Computron, everyone was like, "Yo, we didn't see that coming." And so, again, competition makes all of us better, right? Like I'm an SC Trojan. Like our thing was we was always competing on the field. Coach
Hmm.
was like, the best thing you're gonna do is compete in practice. So we competed every day in practice. You won the right to run extra, right? So I'm like, hey, if it's gonna make all of us better, if we all gonna compete and we all gonna be lifted up, then let's go get it. Because again, we all win, but also again, I get to play my favorite game, which is you got it for cheap. So if everybody's putting them out, then I can get some figures that maybe I was on the fence about for a little bit less than what I wanted to pay for them to begin with.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm 100% in on that Computron for fan.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah. Anybody got the Jezzy figure from Bingo?
Yeah, we all
yeah,
got
I
it.
got
Yeah,
him.
we all
So
got it. I got it. Yeah.
I
Me and
got
my
Yeah,
another one.
is it safe to say? Is it safe to say that Jazz will be a great representation of how each bingo figure will fill and build?
I
well,
can't say that.
I've got a couple of their different figures, right? So I've got Jezzy, I've got Windblade, and I don't feel like they're the same thing. They
They're
don't
not
feel like they're the same
Okay.
quality.
because I
Okay.
got Jezzy, I got Black Arachnia, and I also have the movie version of Shockwave,
Shockwave.
and
Yeah.
they're all three different fields. If I had to say, don't get me wrong, they're great fields, but it's something about that Black Arachnia that's very very solid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
So is
saying.
there
Like,
any diecast in their figures or
Yeah, there's some diecast in them.
okay?
Yes, Diecast.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
it's
Like
a
all
lot.
of their figures seem. It doesn't seem like it's the same company release to release because they all feel different. Like when you pick up an MMC figure, regardless of the release, they all
Hmm.
kind of feel the same. FT, they all kind of feel the same.
Yeah.
But with bingo toys, I'm like, yo, I've got 3 or 4 of these, and they all feel different.
Any company that kind of relates to them?
I feel like they're one of one right now. Like,
Interesting.
there was rumor that they were related to Hot Toys in some or not Flames Toys in some way, but that's been debunked. And so I'm not sure who they're tied to, but it's I mean again, I love what they're doing because again, they gave us the stylized jazz, but like again, jazz is one of those figures where if it drops, everybody loves him, so we all gonna pick him up and check him out.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. Well, that shuts down my argument.
Angel King said, because I was thinking about that figure, that Windblade was nice.
And no, but not only was it nice, look what he said. The paint. If anybody know anything about anodized paint, that is not an easy paint to do to lay on. That's some tricks of the trade when you're dealing with anodized paint.
If you were going to put it on the car, is it more of a like you spraying it on, or is it like a paintbrush? Because I've never heard of it.
No, it's more. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Angel Keys. Anodized paint is more chemical based. It's almost like have you ever seen people go and get different things chromed out and they're using some kind of electricity and different chemicals? You dip it in there and then it comes out all chrome.
Yeah.
Anodized paint is along that same line.
Gotcha.
It's nothing easy to it.
So
Fair enough.
we were talking earlier about Fans Toys announcing Computron on the heels of Bingo Toys. My theory is that I think there might be some truth to that, but I don't think there's many bots out there in the original series that Fanstoys doesn't have renderings on. But the timing of they could have dropped Computron at any time. I don't think it was a coincidence that they dropped it right on the heels of Fanstoys. But I don't think they rushed to make some renderings after Fanstoys announced theirs. They just decided to
I agree
unveil
with
it.
that.
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
the bingo toy announcement came at TFCon Baltimore, so I'm like, they waited almost I mean, what is that, 6 9 months to announce theirs? So I feel like if they were gonna do that, we already had a TFCon back in March. So to me,
Fact.
this is fans towards just saying, hey, this is our next project. I don't think this is them pointed directly at bingo because if they were, I think they would have dropped this back in March.
Gotcha.
So
That's
I mean,
fair.
that's kind of my thought. Like, 'cause if you got, I mean, because what's it do to for them to just do a render and be like, "Hey, we outside with this," in my opinion, right? Because they've done, I mean, they put up a bunch of different renders, right? Because we saw their headmaster, right? They did Brainstorm or they did Chrome Dome, and like we haven't seen anything from him since. And so I'm like, what's it take for you to drop a render and be like, "Yo, we gonna make one of these"?
Mm.
Well, some of it could be just to say, hey, we putting this out. Maybe you'll shift your project and do something else.
Right.
I mean, you never know with these things, but I think you're right for the most part.
Plus, all the rumors are in Chinese, so we got that too.
And mine's is a little rusty.
Well, I was gonna say they have some people over here in the U.S. that they mess with, who always get the scoops and post them to the page. Like
Mhm.
I know they're a part of the fans to it, like the quote unquote official fans tours group on Facebook. They won't reveal who the members are, but apparently, like there are some real actual fans tours creators or contributors in that group who have some stuff to say. So we'll see how. I mean, again, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah,
They keep their
I catch some inboxes from some stuff every blue moon. So
That's what I'm saying. They keep their ear to the street, and
yeah.
so I'm like, if your ear's to the street, then give me some articulation. So
Sold separately, my brother.
apparently, so from another company.
All right, fellas. So this is gonna wrap this thing up, man. Do you guys have any last comments that you want to say before we end this podcast of Let's Talk About It?
I got one question.
Come on.
I'm curious to know your thoughts about the new age Dinobot combiner set.
Mm.
Is it a little mean that they didn't do this with the original ones that they came out with instead of making us buy a whole new set, or is it a kit?
I was
It's
told it was a kit.
it's a
They
kit.
said it.
Yeah,
They said
Is
it.
it?
They said at TFCon it was a kit.
yeah, it's a kit.
Oh, thank God,
Yeah,
because I didn't want to have to buy them again.
Well, here's the thing. I think he looks good, but I don't like the way Sludge neck hangs off the knee
Everybody.
like that.
That's
that don't
everyone's
look.
biggest knock on it.
Yeah, that don't look good at all, man. That don't look good.
Because
I'm
they're
sorry.
forcing the combiner
Yeah, they
at this
forcing
point.
that. Yeah, they
Yeah,
forcing it. It don't look good.
yeah.
I thought they could have designed that a little better. If they're gonna release that, they should have designed it better than that.
I mean, but also the streets wasn't asking for it, right? Like you just kind of dropped it, and we was like, okay. Like you said, there's always a good time for somebody to make a Rodimus,
Right.
right? Like
Man, yeah, Rodimus, Hot Rod. I got tons of them I can throw out there.
yeah.
Something.
Get
My
give me the rest of the target masters, right? Like
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been waiting on a sure shot for a minute, right? Like somebody do that for me. Come off the top rope with
You
that.
know what's funny? Because I did an episode where I took the fan toys names that were blank. I don't know if any of you guys saw that episode. Well, I came up with my own rendition of figures that I assumed that they were going to come out with, and I was for sure Trigger Happy was going to be announced, and I'm
That
a little surprised he's not.
right.
I'm gonna be honest, that X Transbox one's gonna be hard to beat. Like
Yeah, that one look good. Now I ain't gonna lie.
that,
And that's
yeah,
the
the
reason why I
misfire.
went that route
Yeah,
because that's the only one that's not released out of Sludge and Misfire.
yeah,
So fan toys to be a little
yeah.
rude about it. Here's Trigger Happy.
Yeah. They
Then
could
put
do
them
that
out.
though.
Like that's my thing is if you're gonna do it, then put. I'm not gonna discourage anyone from putting a
Yeah,
release out because again, a lot of times as well, first of the market wins.
right.
And so if you're gonna drop it, then go ahead and drop it and let us go ahead and get what we need to get out of it.
AK, I don't know if they'll do a DevCon. I think Fans Hobby would be the right company to do DevCon.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Th-
agree.
No, I
If
disagree. I
if
think
they were gonna
fans
go
toy.
G1,
Like
yeah.
that though.
No, I
Yeah,
disagree with that, fellas. I think fans toys because they can use that scourge mode.
Nah, he needs to be his own build.
I mean,
I
but they're saying because
They can retool. They can
they can
easily
retool
retool
them.
it like
yeah.
they do
Yeah,
with
they can retool them
like they. I mean, like they've done with some of these smaller bots.
because he kind of look like Scourge a little bit, except he just a little bit retooled. You know what I'm saying? I think he do anyway.
Mm, mm,
fan
possible.
do got a nice scourge, but I like fan. I'm fans. I like to see fans would have done that. Would have been cool, you know.
Yeah, fans toy probably won't do it anyway. They don't do too much of what you call that obscure characters like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one question for all of you. Who are you surprised Fan Toys does not have a bot out of a character within the G1 realm?
Megatron
Yeah.
and Prime.
Megatron. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Prime's coming at least,
Yeah,
theoretically. They say they're finishing him up. He is not going to be just like the inside bot of,
I heard that too.
there's no way. The Marg, the Prime doesn't have to fold up to fit inside the armor like Marg does. They're not going to just recolor that design. Um,
For me,
but
it's Bumblebee.
Bumblebee's another one I'm surprised they hadn't done already. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Wheeljack.
RZ says Wheeljack.
Yeah, I
Angel
think
King says Starscream.
Mm-hmm.
AK, I don't believe they would do Starscream first just to get you away from deformation to get the color right. I think they would do Skyward first just to
That black and purple, huh?
get you away from deformation space to at least consider thinking about replacing all three jets. Because if you got one Fan Toys jet, you're gonna need the other two.
That's right.
Yeah,
So Skyward would be the play, if in my opinion.
I think so
I'm
too.
just going to do a $1,200 3-pack.
You might not be wrong.
Oh, Jason.
Oh man.
my
Oh
joke,
my God.
my joke. I think that if they's gonna do it, they'd come with the cone heads first, right? Because I mean, these MPU ones are gonna be hard to beat because everyone's in on them. But I think the cone heads would be the way to go. Yeah, AK just hopped in and said the same thing. I think like again, lead with something else. And this is something that really surprised me, right? Like we've gotten KOs of a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
For whatever reason, the MP Plus, they haven't KO'd any of those. Like we can still find the original ones, but like if you see like the MP Plus Shockwave, the MP Plus Wheeljack, like all them jokers still going for $200 or $300 because for whatever reason they won't KO those, which is really interesting to me why they won't. But they still like you can go get a side swipe every day of the week.
Facts. Yeah.
And I'm gonna
With
say
it,
this too, because something that I'm surprised they didn't do because it's kind of hard to kind of see which direction Fans Toys is going. Because I'm looking at it like this: we got Rodimus, well, we got Hot Rod, we got Cup, we got Springer, we got Ultra Magnus, we got RC. Where the Junkions?
I
We got Galvatron, we got Scourge, we got Cyclonus, we got Blur.
I mean, do we really need the Junkions? I mean, I think KFC filled the niche that nobody else wants to go get. Like outside of Repgar, I don't know that. I mean, it's great to get them again every holiday season when they drop, but outside of that,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
true.
what are we doing with these Junkions?
well, since they are doing their movie bots, after I would say Junkions would probably be down the pipeline somewhere in the near
Where are the
future.
Quintessons? Where are the Executioners?
Will they do Unicron too? And
Wh-
how big would he
Good
be?
question.
That would be dope.
I don't see that though. I don't
Why
see
not?
that Unicron because of
Shit,
the
they
price,
already
man.
doing a 4 foot metro. I mean, what's his face?
Yeah,
Fort
talking about
Max.
Fort
Fort
Max.
Max. Yeah, but Unicron, I
Hey,
think they're gonna
hey,
require more.
he's right there in the movie too.
But I'm gonna
This
say this
this
though.
guy's for sale as soon as Fort Max comes out.
Oh my God, Jason, come on, man.
I got
No,
room for one.
but only thing about a Unicron, he'll require more part count. So that's the only issue
Facts.
with that one. You know what I'm
That's gonna
saying?
Gib,
be a big figure. That's
Gib, I
gonna.
got a question for you. Who you think will release one first? Hasbro, like far as in the '86 line, or Fan Toys for Unicron?
Who for
Okay,
me?
so now hang on before you answer that question. Answer this question and think about this question first. Would you go Hasbro if they did?
Who the question for?
And it has to be at least big as their Omega Supreme, at least.
Talking about this, anybody that wants to answer this question, he said if Fans Toys did a Unicron, and Fans Toys did one and Hasbro did one, um, how big would it be? But my question is, if Hasbro did do one in the same time frame that Fans Toys did one, would you go Hasbro, especially for you guys that already had the HasLab version?
No, I wouldn't. I would
Nah,
go fans toys all day.
Facts.
'cause
I'll
that's
go fans
like,
toys all day.
yeah, that's like, man, they Omega Supreme, when Hasbro had Omega Supreme come out.
It's like saying you want to have a steak or you want to go get a Big Mac. Come on.
I know, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah, you
know,
gotta
right?
go with fans toys on that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but that it has to be at least divorce scale.
Yeah, yeah,
like for me, like if Hasbro does it, you still gonna have to get a gap filler kit, right? Like there's always a gap filler kit for everything that they do, and I'm like, at this point, you done made a whole cottage industry for everything you release with these companies doing these gap fillers, and so I'm like, even like they didn't do it with the Unicron, but e- ev- I'm like, but there's still plenty of problems where people are like, "Hey, we gonna add this on, or we got these extra accessories." But when you look at what they did with these other crowdfunded projects, it's like, "Yo, here's a gap filler kit. Like, I can't be paying you $300 and have like these big vacant spots. Like, I'm, I mean, I'm gonna back them to get them, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, do I trust the quality that's going to come with it too? Like with fans toys, at least you know the quality is going to be there. You may not like it or it may be difficult. Like you may have to take off a week from work and use all your PTO up to transform this Unicron, but you know
Oh
it's
my
going to be
god.
right.
Let me ask you this, Anthony, and would you support this? What if they sent the planet molds separately and you just had to build that as a ball?
Hmm.
That's not a transformer.
I don't know that they would do that. I mean, I accept the premise of your question.
Yeah.
I just don't see them doing that because their thing is they're king of the hill. So they're like, we gonna make one that transforms. It's gonna be clean. It's gonna weigh as much as like three adult children. And then,
Okay, so again, let me play devil's advocate. I got to
okay.
play devil's advocate on this one here.
Oh boy.
You know, okay, let's say Hasbro give this Unicron the same amount of emphasis that I still say to this day that they gave the SS-86 Prime. Was not the best, but was darn near one of the best figures they put out. Let's say Hasbro put the same emphasis in that Unicron. We already know what Fans Toys is going to come with, but let's play devil's advocate. Let's go ahead and throw Studio Cell in the mix. They're all bringing us a 4 foot, 5 foot tall Unicron. Who you going with?
fans toys.
Fans toys. But
I may mess with Studio Cell because they were the leaders in the clubhouse with it. So if they told
oh
me
my bad.
they were upscaling their one, I'm like that's a great figure. It's just
It
not
is, yeah.
it's combiner size. But if they told me, yo, we gonna figure out how to do this 2 feet taller, yo, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but I think I go with fans toys though on that.
That thing is
Also,
gonna
the
be a
price points with
monster.
Studio Cells, it's probably going. Yeah, AK just put it in there. The price point's gonna be right too.
Nah, I
Facts.
don't know about that, Anthony, man, because you got to think about how many parts that Studio Cell Unicron use, though. It
Yeah.
use a lot of parts, man. That's where the price escalate at when they got to use a lot of parts on them. That's why the HasLab really is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't have that many parts. The Studio Cell probably got about 3 times as many parts than the HasLab Unicron.
I got rid of my HasLab. It just started to look old to me. It was just in the way. I feel like I was in a relationship I didn't want to be in anymore. It just had to go, and that's why I switched it out for Studio Cell.
I still have mine
So
for Planet Mode.
so RZ in the chat says something, and I can agree with him on here. He says that the Studio Cell was a terrific figure. He don't think that design works for it to be as big as it was.
I
Y'all
don't
agree or
think so.
disagree with that? I agree with him on
I
that.
I
agree.
agree with that. I agree.
I think he's saying it wouldn't scale up anymore at the same design, that it wouldn't work any bigger.
Okay, well, all right. He said, well, that's what he said. It won't scale up anymore. I agree with that, but I will still stand on this stance. I think even at the scale that he's at now, I think it probably would look better smaller. say the same size as the studio cell is now. I think HasLab would have probably looked better in that size.
Well, let me ask you guys this: would Studio 86 Unicron beat HasLab Unicron?
I
Yes,
think so.
I think so. Yeah, I do.
I mean, again, if they do the, if Chris says they're gonna put the same level of pride into that they put into that prime, like, and I've heard great things from the people who got early hands on that Megatron, and I'm like, if they put the same level of pride into, I mean, literally all their figures, right? Then I'm like, I would pay the extra to have it. But if you tell me you're gonna do a Unicron that way too, then yeah, I think it would be clean, and it'd work out.
I feel kind of bad for the. They said something. The Hasbro designer said something in one of their last live streams. They were talking about Devastator, and they're really, really constrained by corporate budget. They get a very tight budget depending on whether it's going to be a Commander series or higher. And they've got to design a bot within a very strict budget, which you see in some of the stuff they put out. They could have done when they get a budget that's good, you get 86 Optimus Prime. When they get a tight lock budget, they have to take shortcuts, and it shows in the bots they put out. I feel like a lot of the third party companies, I'm sure they have budgets to a certain degree too, but they got a lot more freedom in pure design than those poor Hasbro guys have with a big mega corporation budget. So now you can make that bot, but you got to make it for this many dollars and this many parts. And too bad if you want to make it nicer or could make it nicer. So
Jason, let me
So
ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, Jason. Do you think they could get the Unicron done for $199 to
See, this
retailers? Because that's what most of the Titans cost, or does it have to go up to at least $249,
so
$279, or?
ASLab size one or just a studio cell
Well, I
size
don't
one?
think we'll get a. I think we would probably get somewhere between their Siege Omega Supreme. I think that's probably the scale that Unicron would probably come out in. That's just my guess.
I think they probably could. Will they? They might try to piggyback on HasLab Unicron's popularity and price increase and say, hey, this bot's going for up to $3,000 now, and it was originally 600. So this is going to be a Titan Plus. It's going to be 250. Instead of the 199.
And I think a lot of Hasbro supporters would support that. I think they would be okay with that as long as it meets the needs, at least for that Optimus Prime, because Studio 86 is their premium line.
Yeah.
so
okay, so
I was
let me
just
ask this question then, and this is for everybody on the panel, even you guys in the chat, because Jason, you just struck up something
hold
interesting,
on.
and I get how the budgets work, but does that same mindset apply when we, the consumers, are crowdfunding a specific figure? And I'm gonna use
Great question.
the HasLab Leo Kaiser that's coming out, where it's being crowdfunded to a certain degree. And I'm going somewhere with this because some people may absolutely love the HasLab Leo Kaiser, and they're going to settle and say because that's the only true MP size HasLab or MP size Leo Kaiser we got. Well, me personally, if I'm going to stick $600 in a crowd fund for a figure, $700 or $1,000 that I'm going to put into a crowd fund for something, I expect it to look better than what it does. It just looks incomplete to me. Now, I will grant them grace here because I absolutely did like their alt modes, but then when I just looked the other day, um, and saw them showing different renders of it again and colors, the open panels and open gaps in a $400 to $500 set is what's going to be disappointing to me,
Unacceptable.
and I crowd funded that, and I'm going to just to say that, well, he's the only MP scale we're going to get. Does that same budget restriction falls into play when they're crowdfunding?
I mean,
And
it looks like it is. You would think logically, you'd think it's like, all right, we're going to set a crowdfunding goal to meet the budget that we want to have to make the best figure we can have. But at the end of the day, the accountants, the bean counters are going, well, you got to make this much profit. So, I think there's more influence from the accountants at Hasbro than there are at some of the other third party companies. But it sounds like those budgetary constraints are still impacting the design, even on a crowd-funded buy. Um, Whether that's right or wrong is maybe another discussion.
Well, hold
Don't
on. I'm in my
Fans
feelings.
Hobby have one out too?
Yeah, not Fans Hobby. TFC Toys.
Oh, there you go. There you
So I'm in my feelings because you taking shots at accountants. So like, please back off of them. Please let me live. Um, but let me say this, right? Like, I think the budget is an arbitrary constraint by Hasbro because they know, especially with like again these core figures, right? Like Devastator, if they wanted to say we're going to charge $50 a figure for this Devastator and put the right budget around it, we were going to buy it regardless. Because the rumors that Hasbro let circulate because they leaked it and said one was coming. That's why all of us were so excited for it. And then when we saw that it was smaller and these figures were oddly shaped and everything else, that's where we got disappointed because they didn't put the same amount into this that they put in the Titans Return one. And so I think that Hasbro knows that a lot of this is for adult collectors. And even
go.
if stuff gets crowdfunded, it's being crowdfunded by adult collectors. And the Studio 86, these aren't for children. They know that adult collectors are getting them. So to me, you can increase your budget to accommodate for us because they know we're going to get it because not all of us in the community collect third party stuff. Now, everyone on this panel right here does collect the third party stuff, but there's still a whole bunch of people. Whenever we go to TFCon, and I've been to several now, where the only thing they want is the mainline stuff, and you see that stuff sell out, and you see people in the lobby, willing to give up an arm and a leg. 'Cause it's like, yo, you got this mainline, this and that. You got this mainline, that and this. The Studio 86 Jet or Blaster, right? They had to come back out with it because no one could find it after the original release. And then they hiked up the price $5, and hey, here it is again. And so I think that Hasbro sees this, and if they wanted to, they could increase it because we are all here, and they know that they have a captive audience because no one else has a license, no one else can do it, so they can really name their price on it and stop doing it and stop cutting the corners that they're cutting on this stuff and give us what we need. Now with the Leo Kaiser project, I crowdfunded it, and it's supposed to be due out, around October, around TFCon Chicago. Hope everyone, in the chat and on the panel will be there. I know
I'll
me
be there.
there. Yeah, me, Gibb, the whole crew's gonna be there. So please link up with us if you can.
Yes, sir.
Like with that, I did that for my son. So I crowdfunded that. I'm gonna get, and that's for my son for his birthday, so he can have something really nice. But yeah, I was disappointed when you see the panels in it. The same thing with the AMT Predaking, right? Like you see the individual bot modes, and you like, yo, you gonna the rumors is gonna be $500 for the set, and it's like these individual bot modes are terrible, but that combined mode is nice. It's really nice, and so it's like they built it for it to be displayed in combined mode. But again, if you're gonna charge $500 for it, I need both modes to be on point. Like regardless of like even if you lend the license to somebody else, Hasbro, this is coming out under your flag, and it's gonna have that little blue, that teal Hasbro square on it, with their logo on it, and it's gonna have the AMT logo and the Hasbro logo, like the AMT Hot Rod Rodimus, whatever we calling it this week. And it's like if you don't lend your license to it, then you gotta tell them, hey, you can't have this out here with these gaps that need to be filled and everything else, because like it's not a good look. Like to be charging $500 and have things still be needed.
Anthony, let me ask you this real quick.
Yep.
Now that we see that some companies are taking, their bots not as serious as they should be because of companies like DNA Designs and other companies who make fill-ins, do you think that's why they're kind of cutting corners? Because we know another company will have our back and make the fill-ins for us.
If you have one, why not charge us and keep all that profit in your office, right? Like you're letting money walk away. You've let a whole cottage industry come in and like they're charging what is it, 19, $20
Mm-hmm.
to fill in these gaps. If you charge us an extra 19, $20 and said, hey, this is the price of doing business, are we going anywhere? Like let's keep it a buck. Like if
That's fair.
like are we really going anywhere? And like the reason why they charge 19 or $20 is because they have smaller production studios, right, to
Mhm.
be able to produce these prices. But if Hasbro is able to do it and they charge us the same 19 or $20, but it costs them only $5 to produce the parts, in their factories, then that's a win for them. And so to give us a better figure, charge me an extra 10, $15, and you win. You know, like to me, and you win because we aren't going anywhere. Like I've told the story several times. Like when I found out that we had that I have two boys. When we found out that we were having our first son, I started to double up on all the stuff because I knew I wanted to give him a set to play with when he was young, but then I also wanted to get him. I also got another set for when he was older because I remember how hard I was on my Transformers when I was a kid. But I wanted to make sure I had an extra set, you know, for him when he got older. And he's like, "Yo, I remember this." Or if the nostalgia hits, and it turns out we had another son, and so his brother was hard on him. And thank goodness for that these joints can snap back on because with us it was one and done. When it broke, it was done.
Facts.
That's right.
Um,
That's
but
right.
now his little brother has his own set, and he gets the same nostalgia and the same joy of opening the wrapper, unfolding the instructions and learning how to transform it themselves. And so, to me, this is something that's going to be passed down 4 generations. And Hasbro knows this, so they really can name their price. If they said, "Hey, all these things are going to be $30 a wop, $40 a wop," we still ain't going anywhere. Like people are going to be upset about it, but we still going to buy it.
All right.
So like they can stop cutting these corners at any time. Like they can extend their budget to as wide as they want because by and large this is still adult collectors, right? Like when we go in there, like when's the last time you went to a toy aisle, right? Because we've all been to Walmart, Target, wherever. When's the last time you walked in there and you seen a kid picking up, the Studio 86 stuff? Like they're like, oh, this is the one from the TV show. They go and grab that. But the Studio 86 and like these combiner stuff and all the nostalgia pieces that they release on these live streams, those are for us.
That's
Like
true.
it's for us. So like you do what you need to do, charge what you need to charge, just make your profit. Like again, capitalism for good or for bad, it's here to stay. So do what you need to do, right? Like and give us the figures that we want and stop cutting these corners.
Mm.
I agree. And kudos to your kids for, picking up the hobby. Unfortunately, I lost two of my kids to anime and Marvel. So it is what it is.
I thought you was gonna say something more serious. You was like,
That
I
is
raised
serious.
mine
I
to
was
go
like, oh
on.
man.
Thank God my daughter likes Transformers. Jesus.
I know, man. My oldest daughter just got into it, and she want the cream of the crop.
So
She want Robeson as her first official piece to break her into the Transformer game.
Hey, in case y'all are wondering, this is what it looks like when you take apart Tesla 2.0's legs.
All
Damn.
right, let me know how that turned out for you. 'Cause I'm gonna send you mine.
Yeah, he ain't. He's a one shot and done.
Right.
The fan stores might have their next combiner out before I figure out how to put them all back together.
Oh my goodness.
Well, what I'm from what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true. I heard they probably are going to announce another one in 2026.
I mean, they said they've got some. They said
Yeah.
Chicago is going to be like Baltimore, like that third party panel. The people who run it, who were there at TFCon and everything else, said that like this third party panel is going to be one. It's going to be a memorable one for whatever reason. So
Mm.
I don't know. Like when we were at Baltimore, we were like, "Yo, this is the best third party panel we've had in like at least like 6 or 7 years."
Mm.
Because it was a long panel. They announced that broadside. Who's at Studio Cell? Who announced that broadside? We got the Bingo Toys, Computron. Like everything just kept coming. It kept hitting and hitting. And we were like, when is this going to be done? And they said they have allegedly they're supposed to have just as many slides for Chicago.
Can't wait.
Nah, I
I
can't
hope
either. I'm
it's
excited to see
Skylinks
that.
because I think that thing's gonna be big as a puppy.
If they drop Skylinks, I'm like, I'm gonna throw my hands up, man. Like I'm ready.
And that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, fellas, this has been another interesting T3PK topic where we don't wear our feelings on our shoulders. We take them off. We get naked up here. We tell the truth. We don't tell
Pause.
you what you want to hear.
Pause.
We tell we tell you the naked truth up here. We gonna tell you what we feel about it and how we feel about it, what we think
Oh,
about it, what you don't think about it. That's all it is, man. That's that does for the topic. Let's talk about it. Don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. Talk about it. Let's tell us about it. Tell us how you feel. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Tell us your gripes, the good, the bad, the ugly, man. That's what let's talk about it is for. Because I know in some groups, no shade to anyone that's like that, is a frown upon to talk about an MMC. It's a frown upon to talk about XTB. It's a frown upon to talk about fans toys. And I mean, if they roll like that, that's fine and dandy too. But that's why we come up with stuff like this here, where you can get it out in the open and tell us what you like and what you don't like, and what needs to be done right. Because at the same time, we've all have said this: we are spending our hard-earned money for something that we are like to to relive our childhood. Not only relive our childhood, but at a greater and better expectation than what was presented when we were children. And when you spending your hard-earned money, God dog it, I want some steak and eggs, man. Hey, don't give me uh 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 mashed potatoes and broccoli and I paid for steak and eggs. Give me my steak and eggs. And with that being said,
I mean, I love mashed potatoes and broccoli, so I mean,
Same here. I was like, that's really not a bad deal, bro.
yeah, I'm like, if you would have said some cauliflower or some, Brussels sprouts, I would have rocked with you. But you
Or
missed
so
like
it.
so
meatloaf.
you mean to tell me if you pay for a 20 ounce prime rib or a porterhouse steak and it costs you a bill? No, let's take that out. You pay for a tomahawk steak, it costs you a bill 50, and they bring you out mashed potatoes and broccoli. You gonna be satisfied with just mashed potatoes and
No, I'm
broccoli
gonna
after
tell them to
paying a
send it
bill
back and
50?
give me what I ordered, because clearly you didn't give me what I ordered.
Right,
But
But I'm like, you out here throwing shade to mashed potatoes and gravy, like,
right.
I'm like, well, I'm like, based on your accent,
My feels because I'm a fat man. I like food. Why you got to be on my
oh my goodness.
Well, I think me and Anthony were trying to tell children to eat their vegetables. That's all we're
yeah,
saying,
like you over here, I'm trying to prevent juvenile diabetes, and you over here talking.
For real.
Oh my god!
Tomahawk.
Hey, Rocket Fix said, what wrong with the mashed potatoes and broccoli?"
Yeah,
Oh my god! Okay, so that poor choice of words. Then I'll chunk it up to that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. But I gotta say this in our closing, man. I thank you guys in the chat, man, for coming and rocking with us as long as y'all did. Man, it's an honor, it's a privilege, and definitely a joy seeing you guys and seeing you guys interact and we interact with y'all. You guys on the panel, man. I can't say it enough. Man, I really thank y'all, man. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, man, the deepest part of my heart, man, for hey man, giving me more of yourselves, or just as much of yourselves to me as I give to y'all, man. And I don't think there's anything money can buy, and I don't think there's anything that words can express. And so I'll do the best from what my puny mind can conjure up and can describe, and that's to say that I thank y'all, brothers. I love y'all, brothers, man. And again, nothing could ever replace or even substitute the support, the love, and the backing that all of you guys have given me during the tenure of just being in the Transformers Third Part of Kingdom, or just better yet, let's exclude that. Just on a personal level, knowing you guys, man, nothing can ever replace that or take precedence over that. And I just want to thank you guys for it.
Hey, Chris, man, we love you, brother. And you're an awesome dude, man. I'm glad to have met you. If it was up to me, I'd put you on my health insurance because you're that good of a dude, you know?
Yeah, Chris, solid
Thank you,
dude,
thank
Band-Aids
you.
and
man.
flu shots on your boy.
Oh man, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Chris, a solid dude. He a solid dude for real.
Appreciate it, man. This was
yeah,
fun, man. Hey, y'all keep it. You guys out there in the chat, man. 'Cause I know Angel King said, man, we need to have this more often. If there's any particular topic that you guys want us to talk about, or you want to do the Let's Talk About, man, please feel free to message me. And we plan on doing this a lot more. We still got one guy that's missing. He got off a little late, so probably have to rest up and things of that nature. But man, we got more of these shows coming, man. We just all come together as collectors for the love of it, as mutual respect for one another, each other's opinions, and because I think this is the way it's supposed to be. We should be able to talk and have our disagreements, and not be like when I see Jason, man, is on site and all this stuff. Man, it's just toys, man.
Yeah.
It's just toys, man. The whole overall thing about sharing the collection as toys, and I mentioned this to somebody earlier, man. I believe my goal for the group was not only to come together sharing common goals, but to share your humanity with your fellow brother. For me to not know Jason from Adam or Houdini up the block, but have something as a mediator, a third party, you will, Transformers to bring me and Jason closer. He's way in Alabama, I'm way out here in Texas, and I love him just like he was my birth brother. I love Kerry Stringfellow like he's my birth brother. Same with Prime Dynamics, Gib ATL, Anthony. We need that third party to bridge the gap to bring us closer together and to show us and to have us to extend more of our humanity. And that is the real reason behind Transformers Third Party Kingdom. That's how we get down.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Well said.
Amen. So
Well
it was
said.
so good to see everybody. Jason Sleb, we've been on another show together, over on Pace Channel. So it was good for you to pop in and good to see you. Prime Dynamics, we've talked in the group, but it was our first time to connect. I've seen Marauders hopped in the chat, but it's great to do this with you live and in color. Gib, it's all love with us. Gib is fam, Carrie fam, Chris is fam. So like again, it's a blessing. I tell people this all the time. Like to find a community like this where it's always uplifting, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Regardless of which group you're in, I'm going to say, even for the group that we don't want to talk about name by name, right? Like even those guys lift each other up. But by and large, the Transformer community as a whole, like it's a very uplifting community. And in today, with everything that's going on, geopolitically and everything else, like to be able to come to this group or to find a group of people where it's like, hey, this is home, and we're all family, we're all here, and we all support each other, and we send each other figures, or we buy each other figures because hey, you may be going through a rough season, or we're carrying each other through a tough season, like. Man, it's such a blessing to find like-minded men and individuals, men and women. I know we have some ladies who are a part of the pages and everything else, but like this is truly a blessing because in a time when we are more divided than ever, this group is bringing more and more people together.
Amen.
Yeah, and you guys are all welcome on the Marauder show, man, because we talk trades, we try to save money, we and Chris and I. So anytime you guys have some free time, feel free to come stop by.
No doubt.
Fair enough.
Yeah, most definitely, most
Appreciate that, man.
definitely.
Just leave the accountants alone, man. Y'all people come for us bean counters, man. Like I get my feelings.
Go right.
Fair enough.
All right, man. With that being said, man, appreciate y'all again, fellas on the panel. You guys is out there in the chat, man. Thank y'all. Look forward to seeing y'all again. We will definitely be doing this again. We gonna go live. We gonna go harder than ever. And above all, we gonna have lots and lots and lots of fun while doing it. Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend. Be careful out there if you got to go to work. Be safe. Come back home to your loved ones. And we gonna see y'all next time.
All right.
All
Peace.
right. Peace. Peace.